Inside Disc Golf.
Hello, welcome to Disc Golf Stream Studio for a very special episode, episode 15. I'm Andrew Gum, and today I have with me the 13-time Danish national champion and the reigning Masters European champion. He's also a really great course designer and has a really good media channel. Check out KJ Disc YouTube. But also very beloved member of the community, true embodiment of the spirit of the game. Ladies and gentlemen, KJ Nybo.
Yeah. Thank you so much. Good introduction.
Thanks. And thanks so much for coming on the show. It's a real honor to speak to a living legend, one of the real most lovable characters in the game, and a fantastic player, really fundamentally sound. How's it going?
Thank you so much. Good. I'm busy working. It's a little muddy here in Denmark, so there is some disc golf, but it's mostly just practice when there's dry land or when it's not raining. So, and it is quite raining a lot here. Right about, I think tomorrow and maybe a little later it will rain again, and it's been raining for weeks now, I think, and it's just been really tough not to practice. And but it's good. We can practice inside sometimes. So that's nice.
Cool. Yeah, so pretty sloppy there as well. Here it's been a disaster winter. It'll snow a ton, and then it just starts like raining on top of that, and then it's just icy heck place. So
I can imagine.
Not ideal.
Where are you located?
I live on the east side of Helsinki. Studio here is a short drive, 15 minutes away from where I live, so we're just outside of Helsinki metro area.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So Finnish winter.
Yeah, it's a bit rough. But you have an indoor training place you can work on a little bit of the game.
Yeah, usually I have a flatbed car, so I can have a basket on. Then I can just bring that basket. It's called Hafniahallen. It's like a sports facility where it's a big place, so you can bring your basket there, and then you can practice putting and maybe some upshots and stuff like that. So that's nice.
Sounds good. Yeah, most of our viewers are probably familiar with you, but let's go back to the beginning just for those who aren't totally familiar with who you are. Can you tell us just a little bit about yourself, like where you grew up?
Yeah. So I grew up in the biggest forest in Denmark, and been just living there, and then I moved to Copenhagen. That was in 2000, yeah, around 2000, just a little bit before 2000, and got over here, and somehow I heard a radio program about a disc golf course in Valby, and that started around that time, maybe a little bit before actually, but then I started playing disc golf that was in 2003, I think, and before that I've always loved throwing frisbees, always played a lot of catch, and even before I moved to Copenhagen, I played golf around the house with my big Ultra Star frisbee, just playing to the flag post on the other side of the house and having that as a par 3, and then the next hole was my summer house. There was a summer house close to where we lived, and then there was like a sling around there. That was hole 2, and then I've played golf before I even know something named like disc golf. I didn't know about it, so I played it even before. And then one day when I moved to Copenhagen, I heard this radio program about Valbyparken's opening, and I thought, I gotta try this out. That sounds fun, and and that's probably a few years later. I went out there and I met a few guys out there with a big bag full of colors and different plastic, and that from that day I was hooked, and was really busy. Just played a lot, played as much as I could, and having I didn't have a girlfriend at that time, so and on and off work, but not too much work actually at that time. I was only just playing and playing, um, and then in 2006 I won the Danish championship for the first time. I've been playing disc golf for 3 years, and and then I kind of just continued that streak for a while, for 11 years actually, and then in 2007 I traveled to the States just to experience that and follow my dream and meet Ken Climo. He was my big idol, and he was the champ when I was starting, and he's still the champ in my eyes. but but yeah, getting older, and there is new champions coming up. So, but then after that, I continued the streak with in 11 years I won the Danish championship, and nobody could whoop me off the pin, and played tournaments in the States and just around Europe, and yeah, I think my name got in the ground, or yeah, everybody got used to my name around, and two more Danish championship. Um, and that's and in the same time I started a landscaper business. That was in 2006. I started a landscaper business as well. So I have my own business where I'm doing landscape, and trying to do more courses, trying to move my company in that direction. So trying to make more, selling discs as well. That's also the main thing for me. I gotta sell some discs as well. So you can see here, there's lots of discs here. There's like probably like 3,000 discs around here, just behind me. Mostly Innova, and there's some Discraft, there's some Pro Discos, there's some Discmania, but that's the main brands.
Okay, yeah. So much to talk about. I guess you mentioned Valbu Park, and let's do a little bit of talk about the Copenhagen Open. That'll be the kickoff for the European competitive season here. First event on the European Pro Tour.
Yeah.
Sorry, we lost. Okay, yeah, I'm back. Yeah, so tell us a little bit about Valbu Park, and it sounds like it's been around for over 20 years, at least.
Yeah, it's an developed from the start as well. We made some changes out there as well, and for the tournament we always make changes and pull out some more OB lines and making it more difficult. But it's pretty crazy. Like, was it last year or 2 years ago? Valby Parken was the second most played course on UDisc. So it's a busy course now, and just many players out there. So it's I'm not really using it a lot anymore because there's so many people out there, and it's mostly new people as well. So I'm not using it as much. I'm really looking forward for the tournament, of course, because the park is closed only for for the players, and of course there's just looking forward for Copenhagen Open. Copenhagen Open is always been a good tournament to start, and I think I'm really looking forward to Open, and for the course, it's always been a seasoning opening, uh, and yeah, it's always a nice event, and usually the weather is also changing around there. So usually it gets better weather, and all the mud will eventually disappear, and hopefully the rain will be away as well. So yeah,
Yep,
and
that's the
like last
fifth through.
year it
Yeah.
was just really it wasn't really my tournament. I didn't play as well as I wanted. So I'm definitely looking forward for this one, and yeah, gonna get out there and get some practice in.
Sounds great. We're really looking forward to that. That's the 5th through the 7th of May, first event on the European Pro Tour. So make sure you tune in for that. It was really exciting last year. We got to. It looked really beautiful, like spring. You know, you guys are a little bit ahead of us here, and now
Yeah.
it's even, I think, a couple weeks later than last year. So it should be pretty much full bloom, I guess, by that point.
I think so. Yeah, I think so.
Nice. And yeah, tell us a little bit about KJ Disc, your YouTube channel. You guys covering
Yep.
the event again?
Yeah. I think this year we are gonna do more of the European Pro Tour. No, the European Tour, the PGA Euro Tour. What is it
The
called? Yeah,
Euro Tour.
it's
Yeah, the Euro Tour. Yeah.
exactly. Yeah. So because Stian, the guy from Norway,
Yep.
he's he's trying to get Discovery on and sell some of these episodes.
For the magic of disco. Yeah. That's a really cool project that he's got going on, and really nice that you guys can cover those events.
But just really looking forward for playing more. Playing more Pro Tour events as well, Euro Pro Tour events. Yeah, so that's going to be exciting.
Yeah, for sure. If your viewers aren't familiar with KJ Disc, make sure you go there, subscribe. They're making really great content. And they do the commentary in English, and I really like the commentary style. It's very funny and also very knowledgeable, very very unique. So I think a lot of you viewers will really appreciate that. If you're not familiar, make sure you go check out KJ Disc. And they're also a partner of ours here, so we're really happy to have that media partnership for the Copenhagen Open, especially.
Yeah.
Right there, the local crew.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, definitely looking forward to that. And yeah,
Bubble Parkin was quite a beautiful scenery there. Little like kind of open and very central in Copenhagen. I guess that's why it gets so busy with the new players, and those courses are important to introduce the game to the wider audience in the city and everything. But yeah, I know what you mean when they get a little bit too crowded and you can't really work on your game in an efficient way.
It's just not the same when there's so many people around the course, and it's if you play around there, it's kind of, it's not like it's not stressful, but if you look back and there's always some people there, and if you look in front of you, there's always people as well. So it's just a little bit too busy just for practice. So we need more of these areas in Copenhagen where you can, and this is actually what I'm installing right now. It's a part of Copenhagen. It's called Frederiksberg. And I'm installing like 4 courses, not 4 courses, but just 4 baskets, and that's just for practice. So we need more of these practice areas, so you can practice on your putts. You can play some up, you can shoot some up shots and stuff like that, and work on your game. I think that's it's very important for golf if the courses are so loaded that you can't play like take another shot, or I gotta try this disc as well, and there's somebody behind me. Nah, I'm gonna go on the soccer field instead, and soccer field and throw the whole bag and throw it back again, and keep that going for a while till your arm is sore.
Yeah, great way to learn your discs and the conditions and how they fly, and yeah, great way to get exercise. But I totally agree that those trainer courses, those like kind of smaller with just a few baskets, those are really important as well. You know, to have in the community for the players,
Exactly.
and to help introduce new players to the game as well, just to the concept of aiming to the target and everything.
Exactly. Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, and then one of the other courses you designed in the area is the Eorton. Am I saying that right? Eorton?
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, that was a super magical place. One of the most beautiful forests I've ever been, and just an incredible place to play disc golf. That was super fun. Part of the Kokadal event last year. I was quite sad to see that I guess that event isn't happening this year.
No, the Crocodile Open is, but now it's without Jordan, so it was.
It's Fred Houghton, yeah.
Yeah, it's so it's mostly because of we are really busy on Jordan just to make the course. We want to make another 9 holes on the course, and
Wow.
and then we gotta work on our clubhouse and just some of the tees, and so we're gonna have 1 year without having big tournaments. So I think that's mainly what that's why we're not on the Euro Tour. So I think next year we'll be back again and hopefully make a big tournament, and then we'll especially with the if we can get the new 9 maybe this year, it's gonna be 27 holes instead, so that's gonna be great.
Amazing.
Yeah.
That's something to really look forward to, and definitely a place you want to check out if you're in Denmark playing disc golf. I was really impressed with the whole scene in Denmark and the courses. Fred Often, the other course from the Kokadal, was also really great. They complemented each other perfectly. It was more open, like an old landfill. So the design was really nice. The way they were using the elevation changes and really making you control your disc and think about the risks, you know, and everything. And then Eorton was just totally magical place. Like it's a really diverse forest. There's so many different types of trees. It feels like you're kind of like moving through just like some kind of a tree museum or something, you know, the way that there's so many different species.
That you say that, because that's actually what I try as well. You know, when I was walking the course and I found all these areas, and before I even knew I was in an area where the forest was totally different of the others. So that's definitely something that I tried to do, like play in different part of the forest and different trees as well. So it is definitely a different thing. Yeah, walking in the forest like that.
Yeah, beautiful area and excellent design. So big props to that. That was one of the highlights of my year was playing there, and I really enjoyed the quality of play and everything about it was really wonderful.
Yeah. Awesome.
How many courses have you designed? Do you know offhand, or?
It's only on one hand so far. So and there's even one of them that is not there anymore. It's the forest was cut down. So I've made Eorton, and that's probably the biggest project so far. And then I designed a small course. It's more like a putter course. It's still challenging if you only use putters, But that's a 9-hole course. That's on Nybo. It's like a small island in Jutland. And then I designed a new course that's not even on the map yet. So that's going to be probably even bigger than Jordan.
Okay.
I think there's 3.5 holes, so it's a huge course. It's it's just very big, and it's also in the forest, and just very nice forest, and yeah, it's it's a dream project for me. So
That's great.
that's gonna be
Great
nice.
news.
Yeah.
When is
Yeah.
that? When is that set to be finished? Do you know?
Uh, we're so all the pins, all the locations where the baskets is locations. We have we're gonna get a permit for having the locations there. So that's we gotta make sure that we have that before we can make the. I already designed the course, but it's they needed to know where all the basket location should be, and then they could kind of make the they have to have a permit of having the baskets there. So
Right. So it has to be all blueprints and everything.
yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. And it's gonna take, I think around a year probably before it's yeah, because we have to have the permit for putting them in.
Yeah. So in about a year. So that's something to really look forward to. Very
Ho-
exciting
Hopefully in a
news.
year the course is there. That would be really great. But now we'll see. But if everything gets going, and it definitely can be faster as well. So yeah.
Yeah. How does the landscape business, your landscape experience and access to the equipment, how does that help in your course design and course building?
I definitely think it helps you. It's just easier to see through things. Like if you're in the forest, you can kind of see through stuff. See lines. Then people can't see because there's so many trees or so many bushes, stuff like that. And you can also like make things more landscaped as as
Yep.
uh, as for me to see that, or and of course get it down as well, because I have
Yeah.
all the tools for it. um,
Exactly.
but I think it's mostly having the experience of how you you build the course, and also of course you can see the lines that are there.
That's cool. So you have a really practical understanding of how you can shape the land and the trees and what can actually be done, before you like while you're designing, and then of course the equipment access and everything. That seems like a perfect fit. That's really nice that you found a profession that really kind of fits right into your disc golf lifestyle.
Yeah. And also of course it's been this has always been, I think my game and who I am haven't been possible if I've just have had a normal job. This my company, it's just it made, because it definitely would have been it definitely would have been tough having a normal job and asking for a days off or 14 days off in June or whatever. So
Yeah, for sure.
yeah,
It's great to be your own boss, and then it makes your season scheduling a lot easier and gives you access to more opportunities that way. And
exactly.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. I guess you told us a little bit about the media plans to be a little bit more focused on the Euro Tour. What about your playing season? Do you have that that schedule kind of set yet, or are you still sort of
Uh,
trying to figure things out?
I'm still trying to figure it out. Yeah, definitely gonna play the European Championship in Masters. Looking forward for that. I'm gonna play Worlds Masters, and hopefully I'll play Memorial. I'm still on the waiting list.
Awesome. Yeah. So we were just talking a little bit about the 2023 schedule. You're planning on playing some of the really big events, trying to defend your title at the European Championships in Estonia there, and I believe that's in mid-August or late August, and
Yeah.
I think 2 weeks before the Pro Worlds. So you'll be over there as well, and you mentioned the Memorial. You actually won the Memorial. Was it last year?
Yeah,
Or
last
2021?
year. Yeah, I know.
Last year. Yeah.
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 And now I'm on the waiting list. It kind of sucks, but it's
Oh, I'm
I
sure.
was really
I'm
busy
sure they'll get you.
in the start of December, and they signed up. I think the last week of November, and I just started my Christmas trees, selling Christmas trees at that point. So I was just too busy, and then and then I remembered and figured out I gotta sign up, and then I was on the 12th spot on the waiting list, and there's only, I think there is maybe 40 players in Masters division,
Awesome.
so the field is very small. Uh,
Yeah.
so I asked Keith, the guy that is running it, if maybe he could make the field a little bigger.
Yeah,
But
sure. I mean, at 40 is not too many. They should, especially for a legend like you. I'm sure they can get a wild card or something. I would imagine, especially if you're defending the title. I mean, come on,
yeah,
guys.
exactly. Yeah, but
Yeah.
yeah, I should have signed up before, I guess.
Lesson learned.
Yeah, yeah.
But anyway, that was a really stacked field. Tell us a little bit about that experience. Like I remember following that. I think was it with the disc golf guy was covering it, or
Yeah.
I don't remember for
Yeah,
sure.
no, that's
Yeah.
true. He actually the last round should be on my channel pretty soon. So
Oh, cool.
so we're gonna put that on KJ Disc because Terry gave us the coverage, and we me and Mattis, we talked about all the shots
To the commentary.
commentary.
Okay.
So that's gonna be pretty soon on the channel, and yeah, looking forward to see that again.
Nice.
That was just a good experience, and it's always been this tournament a year that I'm going away from Denmark and all the mud, and then my season starts when I get over there. Everything is nice and dry. You can put your shorts on, you can get your polos on and a cap, and then you're good to go for the most of the day till the sun gets down, and then the desert is cold, and you need more clothes. But usually that's yeah, where I get some sun and just get some good practice in, and I practice the course many times, so I know all the courses as well. So it's an easy startup. So that's very nice. So I'm always looking forward for the Memorial. I know some people there and good friends. So yeah, that's always nice to get over there and get some sun.
Yeah, perfect escape from the cold northern European winter there. Get over in the desert and
yeah
soak up that sun and yeah, get yourself healthy, feeling good.
Exactly.
So you're gonna probably be over in the States. I guess that's coming up pretty soon. That's only in like less than a month or so, I guess, or around about a month.
But if I don't get a spot, I'm not sure if I will go over there. I thought about trying to go and play the the Masters Worlds is also up north in Flagstaff. So that's also in
that's
Arizona. So
that's a beautiful place.
I thought about maybe using some time up there and just get some practice in for Worlds. but I haven't really contacted the TD yet. And I think one of the courses was a course that he wanted to set up for the event, or he was working on it or something. Maybe it's not done yet. I'm not sure. So I got to figure that out, how all that is going. And if I can and I'm not playing Memorial, hopefully I'll just go over there and get some practice in, and maybe not play the Memorial then, but then just practice for Worlds and get some practice.
It makes a lot of sense. Good idea.
Yeah.
Yeah. And that's a beautiful part of the world too. I mean, that's some pretty unique, special landscape there, I think.
Yeah. If there's not snow up there, you never know.
That's true. It is. Yeah. Flagstaff's up in the mountains, so it can be pretty chilly, especially this time of year. But
yeah,
it's still a nice, beautiful place. And then you can drive a short distance, and you'll be in some warm sun for sure.
Yeah.
Once you get off the mountain.
Yeah.
We talk a little bit about the European Championships. I guess that's a really big event.
Of course.
That was
so. The European Championship is also one of the events that I'm always looking forward for. It's this time it's also on a setup course, so but I'm always looking forward for it. I wrote, actually, I texted them because they made a commercial about a European Championship and all that, and I'm always just a little scared of these courses people set up for events. It's not always a good thing. I think some of the courses are not as nice as some of the courses that is all played around and played through many times. That ninja brands that you can't see, people have torn it down, or it's not there anymore, so we're not gonna hit it anymore. You can see it from the tee, but when you get out on the fairway, the branch is still there. Stuff like that, and of course a lot of pedestrian in the park. This I do not know if this is I'm just saying that it is a possibility that courses that are set up for the events can be tough to practice as well, and I'm not a big fan of it, especially not when we have so many good courses here in Europe. I think it's a pity that you put a lot of energy in setting up a course, and then you're gonna tear it down and put it another place. And but it's probably not gonna affect it. It's probably gonna be a great event, and I'm looking forward for it, of course. And I know the TD a little bit, but I played a few rounds with him back in the days. So yeah, it's gonna be nice, and it's a new country that I haven't really traveled a lot in, so it's gonna be nice as well. So and then
Cool.
of course it's a title that I got to defend, and defending titles is it's always somehow a bigger thing than you think, and then hopefully it won't get in your head. It's usually
it's a lot of pressure, I guess, to put on yourself, and when people are kind of expecting you to repeat the victory, then it becomes quite a mental battle, I guess, and trying to execute in the moment. But you have an incredible legacy. I mean, I think, like we already kind of mentioned in the beginning, but is there any experiences from your career that kind of stand out as being something that you'll always remember, something like really, really special for you? Or
I think the last putt when I won the European Championship Masters was probably the craziest moment, because me and Ville Pippo, who is a champ himself, Also in European Open champion as well. Um, and he's a great character, and he's just a great guy. And it was kind of fun on that last hole because I tried to make an eagle on the last hole, and when I was up there, I was just all totally focused on my putt, and I just wanted to finish this with that putt. And I even told Billy at in the I think the Danish disc golf guy is also like recording some of it, so you can hear it on his stream that I'm saying I'm gonna eagle this one, so you better throw it in. So I'm I was just very focused at that point, and the putt was like 22, 23 meters or something. So it was quite a far one, and just putting that one in was a big victory. And I just fell down on the ground. It was weird. I was in my disc somehow, and then when it was sinking in the basket, I just fell down and on the ground and
Collapsed.
yeah.
So a very emotional moment and very
Definitely.
epic highlight to win a really huge title. That must have been something really special for sure.
Yeah, and the course was also like set up a little bit like that. It was birdie, 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 birdie. You got a birdie nearly every hole for winning, and yeah. But it's looking forward for Pista as well. I'm gonna play down there again. Looking.
Yeah, that seems like a really beautiful venue for disc golf for sure.
Yeah, just all the people and the castle, and yeah, that's a good event for sure.
Yeah, and the Czech scene seems to be growing really rapidly. We've had Jakub Semerad on, and then also Lawrence Schauhofer was also shouting out Czech disc golf that it's really something to keep an eye on. So really growing there in Central Europe, and nice that they have that kind of a centerpiece in Konopiste to show off
exactly
that scene into the world. Yeah,
exactly. I looking forward for that. I always also want to talk a little bit about a big story. It might be bigger for you, and I don't know if I don't think people know outside of Europe. So it's just gonna be a short. I don't know what you call that, but I'm gonna leave Innova, and that's probably a big story, and it's been a huge thing for me. I've always been with Innova. I've been with Innova for 15 years, so it's very sad. It's a very sad moment, but I'm looking forward as well for new adventures. I'm probably I can't really relieve anything here, but I can say that I won't be signing up with Innova in 2023, and I'm gonna sign up with somebody else. And if you want, we can talk in a week or something. Then we can talk more about that if you want. But I just wanted
for sure
that I'm also working on a contract, and that's it's just weird to throw other plastic and try to learn how they fly. So, but yeah.
Okay.
Just wanted to tell people that I'm changing.
Thank you for sharing that. That's a huge surprise. I mean, like when I think of Innova, I think of you right away. You're one of those players that has like such a deep connection with your sponsor, and you really know all the discs so well and everything. And it's kind of like when I think of Innova and KJ, it's kind of like hand in hand. It's kind of like just like Simon and Discmania. I guess the Europeans are making some big moves this year. Then
yeah, It's just somehow it's been a little tough in the communication with Innova. So I actually the really cool thing is that I made a team here in Denmark. I had like two ambassadors, Innova ambassadors, and I had to choose two players as well. So I done that. I have done that last year, and now they're gonna grow Innova in Denmark and take care of Innova here in Denmark. So I was really happy that that was possible, just to do it like that, and so Innova will still be here in Denmark, of course, and they will just keep on branding them as well. So that's and it's nothing that they did, and so it's only me, and I just couldn't refuse this offer, and that's mostly it. It's definitely, I think this is gonna open some doors for me. Uh, Everything is I hopefully it will get easier for me, and I think the business that I want to make is also gonna be easier to make with them. So that's fingers crossed. But
Yeah, good luck.
it's totally tough throwing those discs. It's not as easy just to figure out your bag and all that, and that's been on my mind for. This is something that happened in the end of December, like the
Okay, so this
last
is
14 days of December, and then it's yeah, it just woke some things in me, and I wanted to start anew. It's I think it's a bit like Simon as well. What was he saying? It's a new thing. You want to kind of start on a fresh, things like that. I think it's
yeah, I think it can be a really, really big boost for the motivation to make a big change like that and to start a new chapter in life.
yeah,
Not just in disc
yeah,
golf, but in general. Sometimes you feel like you need a change just
yeah,
to test yourself and to just feel new experiences
exactly.
and just try different things, right? So.
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
And I mean, I think you have a ton of value to offer a sponsor. You're really one of the legends of the game, and you're still playing at a really high level, still rated well over 1,000, and still capable of taking down really huge victories, even in the open division, in my opinion. So,
thank
I mean, I think that's really really cool news that you're making a switch. Last thing I expected to hear from you, but I'm really really excited to hear that news, and
you. Yeah,
very very cool, and really thanks a lot for sharing that with us, that exclusive news. And of course, we'd love to have you back on to when you're ready to make an announcement. That'd be fantastic.
yeah, yeah, yeah. I think next week it should be out, and hopefully in a few days I'll make it. It is. I already signed, so it's mostly just yeah, all the other
Yeah,
stuffs
just
I gotta
sure.
figure out.
Awesome. Yeah, so two of the biggest stars in Europe are making big moves this year. I mean, what do you think of the Simon news? I guess that's what everybody's been talking about the last week or so.
Yeah, it's it's weird, but I totally get it. I feel him, and also for his family as well. I think it's going to be nice to have them so close as well, like the company. Uh,
That's right. Yeah.
that is going to be a big, and everything is going to be easier for him as well if he stays where he's living right now. So I think it's good news. It's just good news for the rest of all the disc golfers to have a, a, a big contract signed, like $1 million contract. That's that is very impressive, and I definitely it's that's just really impressive, you know. That
It's really growing. Yeah, it's really
I
growing. You
wish
know,
I wish that I was 30.
that was going to be my next question. I was thinking like, you know, with all these incredible changes that have happened over the last several years and decade, you know, like does it make you like wish that you were in your 20s, or does it make you just proud to be one of the guys that was blazing the trails and setting things up for these next generation? A
Yeah,
little bit of both, I guess. Yeah.
it is a new beginning. So I think it's definitely a bit about both. But definitely it would be nice to be in the 20s now, and not it's just wearing down your body now, and you really have to be on your high level for competing, and then that's it's definitely good for disc golf. But it's definitely also tougher because there's so many more people now that are playing, and the chances that you will win is just slightly smaller.
Yeah, well said. Just getting harder and harder to really hunt down those big wins. You know, a lot of people are thirsty for it, and they're getting younger and better. And so, yeah, it's definitely a big transitional period for our game, moving into a new era of a really professionalism, and that's quite exciting to see.
Yeah.
But it's also important to remember where we came from, and those roots are really, really valuable. Those values and the spirit of the game is also really important too. So
That's
one of those things that needs to be continued to be nurtured. And I think you're one of those links between the way things were and the way things are, and you're still in the mix. So I think you have a lot to share with the community, and a lot to help teach the younger players about the point of the game, that it's not all about stacking up the money and the titles, but there's also a community spirit involved in the
definitely
in the whole game. So
yeah, that's right.
When was the first time you played with Simon? Do you remember
Yeah,
any good stories about him as a young man? Or
that was in Berlin Open, 2005, maybe four even. I really
wow,
he was. I have a picture of him where because we played, we had a doubles tournament with him. I played with my good friend Frederick Dominos, and this was also his first tournament, PGA sanctioned tournament, and we played against Simon and one of his buddies, and I think they beat us by, I don't know, but they totally beat us at that point, and he was only a small kid with the curlies, like the white curlies or the blonde curlies hair, long haired, as you've seen him,
yeah, really skinny.
yeah, exactly, and but still open person, like he's always been, always pretty talkative, easy because he was good in English, I think. So I think that was back in Berlin Open in 2005, probably. Yeah, that was the young years. I think I was still playing in my big Mindel boots. I was playing in big leather boots. That was how I started, just throwing with my leather boots on, and I did that for. I think I even won the Danish championship in those big leather boots. Now it's a whole different thing, man. I can't really play in those big boots anymore, and I even I think that was the boots that I cut. So one time I cut my big toe with a chainsaw. Yeah, I was
Oh,
cutting woods, and firewoods, and the small piece that is too long for the oven. I had to cut that, and somehow it was sliding off, and I hit my boots, and this was not secured boots. It was not safety boots. It was just my mindals, and it went totally through and pinched a little bit of the bone of the of my big toe. But everything is good now. It took like 4, maybe 5 months to heal, and I think this was my period of learning the healing process, and had to heal it from inside. So every day I washed it 1 or 2 times a day, just to peel the skin off of the. So it has to be from the inside. The wound has to grow from the inside. So that was my healing process, learning experience.
Learning about the human body. Yeah, that's pretty gruesome, but really happy you were able to save the toe and
Oh yeah,
and make a full recovery. But that must have been pretty difficult.
yeah. It was pretty ugly. It had like five stitches, and still have a weird feeling in my big toe. But all good, all good. Never.
That reminds me of from the Crocodile event this year. You were dealing with an injury. Was it a broken foot or?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Yeah, and you were able to power through that and mount an incredible comeback there on the final day and get yourself into a playoff with the young Swede Josef Barry.
Yeah. That was
a super exciting one. Of course, you came up a little bit short, and then I guess I already spoiled it if you haven't seen it. But yeah, check that out. That was a really exciting battle from last season.
Definitely
one of those great playoff ones. And
yeah,
but pretty impressive that you were able to play through the pain and get yourself into that playoff, give yourself a chance at the win.
Yeah. And
then after you were there helping clean up the place. You were throwing baskets in the back of your truck, and then you showed us some of the warm up holes there.
That's right.
Which was really cool. So I mean, really, what a nice guy. I mean, that's you're dealing with a broken foot and you're still going the extra mile to help grow the game, and a very 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 selfless spirit.
It was not hurting. So sometimes it's. You just forget about it if it's not hurting, and I stacked it up like with tape against the other toe, and
just kind of brace it,
following it and make it a little stronger. I think that helped a lot. Of course, I was sore in it, but it worked out good to tape it up. So. Yeah, that's right. We played the 5 small holes, the beginner friendly holes. Not too beginner friendly though, but there's still some.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, really cool little lines there. A nice little kind of warm up, making you move your putter, left to right, right to left, everything kind of like.
Yeah, exactly.
Really.
Yeah.
Really fun little thing, and.
Yeah.
So that was the first time I met you there, at the Crocodile. I mean, I guess I had seen you at the European Open, but just as a fan, when I went there in 2017, that was the first time I'd watched a big disc golf event, and I was a bit starstruck by seeing all you guys there, and
cool.
Really cool. And you were on the lead card that year as well. You were really making a push there.
Mm-hmm.
It was the year that Macbeth and Barsby were battling for the win, and I believe you were on the card or at least on the. Couple of the days, so
yeah.
But that was really fun. Denmark is a great place for disc golf. I was really impressed and surprised with the level of play. And then you're a great ambassador. You've really done a great job of kind of teaching the culture of the game in a really great way. It seems like everybody's on the right level there. That people are really kind and considerate, and but also really well skilled. And I think you're really a wonderful ambassador for the game, and a great representative of Denmark and Europe especially. So,
Thank you.
Really, really cool to meet you in person and to feel some of that warmth and happiness. And
Thank you.
yeah,
Thank you.
really, really, very, very, very likable guy. And it seems like that seems to be the impression from throughout the community. It seems like you and Simon both some of the best personalities, the most easy people to like and get along with.
Yeah.
Big fan favorites.
Yeah. I think it's something that I've always been open-minded and very talkative, and instead of not talking, I definitely want to talk. It's why not? And why not ask if you can get an answer? And if there's no answers, it's of course that's also nice as well. But then you have to ask, so you gotta ask.
At least you tried.
Yeah. So yeah, but just also the traveling around in the States and oh yeah, I'm there. I'm looking forward for another state visit this year. It's always nice to be over there and get some nice weather.
For sure.
Yeah.
What can you tell us about that first time meeting your hero, Ken Climo?
Yeah, of course. I was really, really lucky that I I landed in Orlando. That was in 2007. I landed in Orlando and had planned just to sleep in my car. So I rented it, and it was a small, but it was like a size. I think there was a lot of seats in the car, and so I pulled out some of the seats so I could sleep in one row. And but Orlando was also really cold in the evening at that time. I was there in March, I think maybe February, March or something. And I was planning to play a tournament there and then go to Ken Climo's place after that in Clearwater. But I think I think I played with him in the first tournament that I played. So somehow he was on my card that day when I signed up. So that was a big thing, and we played around together, and uh, in my big leather boots at that time, I think. But anyway, it was just a good experience, and it's just nice to meet him, and he was very talkative as well, and we talked after the round as well. I asked him if there was a chance, if there was some kind of a campground near his area, or near the disc golf course, and there was not, but he could offer me his son's room, and I was just,
Wow.
hey man,
Yeah.
nice way.
Hallelujah.
In Climo's place.
Oh man.
So I did that for a week, and we played a bunch of courses. He showed me around, and on yeah, the courses near his house, Coachman, and of course, what is it called? The With all the lakes in his area. It's just Clearwater, right? Yeah, I think Clearwater. It's called
Yeah,
Clearwater.
probably. I'm not too familiar with
No.
with that part of Florida, but
Played that course a few times as well, and I met some of his guys, and I even celebrated his 40th birthday with him. I made a huge guacamole for him, and yeah, everybody liked it. So that was good. And
wow, cool.
we had a good time. Yeah, is always looking forward to meet him, and he's still the champ.
For sure. So you whipped up some guacamole for Ken Climo's 40th birthday. What a cool story.
Yeah.
A dream come true. You get to stay with your hero and
Yeah.
really get get to know him on a personal level really deeply.
Yeah, exactly. Played poker night and went. He's always ball golfing. Was it Wednesday? And then there was the one club night on one day, and then Tuesday, and then Thursday. I think it was poker night, or maybe it was opposite. But everything was pretty scheduled for him, and he was not playing a lot, but he was just keeping it alive at that point. I was definitely trying to play more than him, just to try to get better, and yeah. But yeah, he's one hell of a guy.
Yeah, that's kind of like what a lot of the people from the past in the game talk about, the Frisbee family.
Yeah.
I had Scott Stokely on pretty recently, and he was talking about the Frisbee family, and this is the kind of stories that really make me smile when you get to hear about, you just meet a guy and he's the best player in the world, and then he just invites you over, and these type of experiences it's a really wonderful community, and a very really special feeling to make new friends and to play disc golf with all kinds of different people from all over the world. It really brings people together in a beautiful way, and
Definitely.
really grateful to be part of the community, and to just that this game exists. It's a really fun way to spend your time here on Earth.
Yeah.
All right, sounds good. I guess we'll kind of start to wrap this up for today, and
Okay.
and then we'll look forward to hearing about your new chapter in life, your new sponsorship agreement.
Yeah.
But I guess we were really looking forward to the Copenhagen Open. That's the 5th through the 7th of May, first event on the European Pro Tour, and the first big event of the European season. And that's going to be broadcast live on Disc Golf Stream. I'll be here in studio doing the commentary live. That's a really fun thing to do. Looking forward to that, and we'll be rooting for you and hoping everything goes well, and just enjoying the show.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, and thanks so much for coming on. Really appreciate you making time for us, and it's been really fun. We'll get back with you next week and find out where you're heading.
Yeah.
But
that's definitely exciting news for me as well. So looking forward to that, and just thanks for having me on the broadcast, and see you in the week.
All right, our pleasure. That's going to do it for this episode of Inside Disc Golf, episode 15 with KJ Nybo. It's been a ton of fun, and we'll see you next time.
Inside Disc Golf, the European Disc Golf podcast. Everything about European disc golf in one podcast.